Well, we definitely had an interesting game in Toronto tonight against Calgary on a Testicle Tuesday. This was more like the feel and vibe of a playoff game. The Leafs have had some games recently where they've had to fight for every inch of space and every chance they get, and this was one of those games. The low chance, high tempo, high effort, low chance. That's what this game kind of was all about, at least up until the third period. The first period shots at the end of it were 6-6. After the second period shots were 13-12 Calgary. Like, it was very few and far between chances. And we also had some different faces in the lineup for the Leafs. David Riddick, after acquiring him from the Flames, next day he's turned around and he's playing against his former team. So he got the start in net because Campbell played on Monday. And also, Jason Spezza was out of the lineup tonight. I don't know why, if it was an injury or if he's just, he's an old boy, so maybe it was a maintenance day, who knows. But so the Leafs put Scott Sabourin into the lineup, who wasn't even aware he was in the system. So so that otherwise the lineup was pretty much undisturbed, because I mean they got four more guys coming, but they were all trades from American teams, so they're going to have to do their week of quarantine and stuff before we even see them in the lineup. So so tonight was just a couple changes, but soon there's probably going to be a lot more. But yeah, in that first period, Calgary went up just prior to the 5 minute mark, and nothing wrong with the goal. Riddick was playing well. Nothing you could fault him on for that goal. I don't remember how it went, but I know that was a decent goal. 6 minutes later, though, Zach Hyman tied it up for the Leafs, and it was a really quick reaction kind of play on a sharp angle too. It was, the Leafs were kind of working it around the zone, and then I'm not sure if it was a shot by Tavares, who was high at the point just inside the blue line right in the middle of the ice, or if it was one of those intentional passes off the backboards beside the net. But either way, he missed the net. It hit the boards to Markstrom's right, bounced back out, and Hyman was Johnny on the spot and had to really react quickly because it was coming in hot off the boards, and Markstrom was sliding across to get it, so he had to tuck it right up under the bar really quickly, and managed to do so. 1-1. That's the way the period would end. Other things to note in the period: Sabourin, wanting to make a mark, fought Lucic halfway through the period in what was Lucic's 1,000th game, so it'll be a memorable night for him, I'm sure. And he fared pretty well. He got cut. Lucic got cut. It's all good. And I like Sabourin's game for the rest of the way. He didn't play a lot, but you could tell he was just out to maim people, right? He just wanted to lay the body. He knows kind of his game, and he wanted to play it, and that's something the Leafs, really, really need more of. I've always said that, and they've addressed it to some degree, but the more you can get, the merrier for me. So, second period, Flames went up 2-1, and it happened very early in the period after Marner got called for tripping, and the goal pretty much came right away, and it was tic-tac goal. There's nothing Riddick could have done on that one either. So the Leafs, you could tell they were the better team than Calgary. You can tell they were winding up towards something, but for stretches during the first and second period, they were trying to get into the Calgary zone, and Calgary was playing a very boring defensive kind of game, standing five guys up in the neutral zone, and the Leafs couldn't get through. And so they kept turning back into their own zone, drop pass, until they're behind their own net, and they got to start out again, right? So that went on for quite some time before they were finally managed to get their mojo going, and that mojo came in the third period. They kind of took the game over then, and fortunately were able to tie it up. And I think the goal came 6-7 minutes in, and it was Kerfoot who tied it up for the Leafs. Again, they were working it around the zone, this time low along the boards. I can't remember who it was. Somebody in the right corner got it to Tavares, who was kind of off to the side of the net, behind the net on the boards there, and he centered it out front to Kerfoot, who was cruising towards the net through the slot, and then he just roofed it on Markstrom, and there we had a 2-2 game. And the rest of the way, the Leafs were the better team. Calgary would push back at times and get their own set of chances, but overall, the majority of the shots in the game for both teams came in that third period when things opened up a bit more. And despite things opening up more so than in the first two periods, only the one goal was scored, so we went off to overtime. And after a quick chance by Marner off the opening face-off, Calgary went the other way, and Gaudreau dangled, Riddick had scored, and the overtime period and the game was over in about 30-something seconds. So it was kind of a deflating way to end the game when you're looking to see an exciting 5-minute overtime 3-on-3 period, and then it's just over like that. And you're like, oh shit, I fully expected the Leafs to win that, and that just happened. So it's too bad. I hate Calgary. And Tkachuk, snowed his old goalie pretty good, just showcasing what a world-class prick he is, right? He's literally a human piece of shit. And he was going after Muzzin because of their history from earlier in the season, like in a sneaky way though, right? Like, I just want somebody to literally beat him half to death, and maybe it will fucking beat some sense into him, right? But I don't think so, because he's just a stupid fucking idiot. So he was up to his antics. Didn't really affect the Leafs at all. You just kind of ignore a prick like that, and just kind of, fuck off, that sort of thing. But he makes my blood boil, and is probably the main reason why I hate the Flames. But there are others. So yeah, it's too bad to lose against Montreal and then against Calgary 2 games in a row like that, because I hate both those teams so much. But it is what it is, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, they've got Winnipeg on Thursday now. So hopefully, at least they scraped a point out of tonight's game, and they were the better team overall, I think. But, it is what it is. That first line of Marner, Matthews, and Galchenyuk, they continue to really roll. They really had to fight for their opportunities tonight. The whole team did. But you can tell there's something there between the three of them. And otherwise, I thought most of the lines were really good. I thought Mikheyev had a really strong game after he struggled against Montreal. He made some really bad turnovers on Monday, but tonight he was a lot better. He's back to his normal self, getting chances on the penalty kill and using that speed and stuff. Sabrin obviously had a good debut with the Leafs. I thought Riddick was really good. The three shots he got beaten on were all top grade chances, so you can't fault him for anything. So so overall, I thought this is just one of those games where the Leafs deserved a better fate. At least they pulled a point out of it. And, hopefully we'll reset for Thursday and get back in the W column. W! So long for now.